Hey everyone, it's John and I am back in the shop again, and today we have some orders to pull, but I had to come upstairs and get everything turned on, get my AC going because I still have a ton of clothes to process, have some shirts over there, and I'm gonna go downstairs and work on pulling these orders so they're pulled when my wife gets here. Give her a little bit of time to get home. She wants to go swimming this evening, so I thought I would just go on and help her out a little bit. But we do have something interesting to talk about. We actually had an update from the video that I put out, well, the last video that I put out about the scammers. Let's turn the lights on so I don't fall. And boy, oh boy, is this an interesting subject. Let me pick this box up. Oh, the steakhouse next door leaves me these awesome boxes outside, and I greatly appreciate that. These boxes right here, they work really good for art, and I like them. We package a lot of art. We used to sell a ton of art, but it's getting harder to find anymore. I used to buy a lot of art from like Goodwill. I bought a couple pieces from Goodwill years ago that were actually from a famous Jewish Holocaust survivor, and I sold them for almost $1,000. I paid like $3 a piece for them. Let's refresh this and see what our new items are. But anyways, the gentleman that bought the detox for my wife, who thought it was for THC, boy, he opened up a return, and I told her, I said, well, just accept the return, and that way when the return comes back that you can keep up to half. Well, this guy's a professional criminal, and when I say he's a professional criminal, boy am I not lying. This guy is a felon. He's currently on not probation, but parole from the Department of Corrections in Kentucky. Let's look in here. We got to grab a couple of these really cool Tupperware containers. These are really good for pasta, spaghetti. Man, I tell you what, I bought these from Tractor Supply, these lights, and I would never buy another light from Tractor Supply until Jesus comes back, because they are garbage. I've had to replace almost all of them. These two containers here sold for $22.86 shipped. I actually had them listed for, I want to say, like 18 bucks for the pair of them, but I took an offer on them because sales have been slow, and sometimes I just like to shake the sugar tree and see what happens. I've got a little stuff on me. I was cutting the grass at the farm, so I'm sorry if I'm a little hot and I'm a little aggravated about this guy. But he contacted eBay and apparently told them that he that the items that we shipped him were, he couldn't ship them back because they were dangerous. And apparently he submitted some kind of paperwork that stated that this stuff was dangerous. I don't really know if that's what he did, or if he just said that so that he could try to get around possibly not having to send back the item, because he knew if he sent it back, I'm pretty sure he was under the impression that he wasn't going to get all of his money back, because we weren't going to give him all of his money back because he already left us negative feedback. We have zero incentive to really work with this guy anymore, other than the fact that it's just, if we're in the wrong, it's the right thing to do, but we're not in the wrong. The next item that we sold here is a couple of these little three-wheelers. We sold them for $13, $12.98.95 out the door at $18.16 out the door. Not too bad. That's pretty cool. And so he contacted eBay. He got them to close the case in his favor, and to do that, he lied to him, because the guy, he has 6 felony counts on him. We've already looked them up. I'll try to go over. I'm going to read them to you in this video. It was for like the production of methamphetamines. He was selling dope. He was making dope. He was stealing cars, all kinds of stuff. Like, so for him to get on eBay and lie about our $40 item seems to be probably one of the least worst things that he's done in his whole life. So yeah, there is that. Milk Crate 1, we have a wrestling magazine, and then we got to go upstairs and pull a couple shirts. Let's see, it's sold for $8.95, and it is Pro Wrestling Illustrated PWI Magazine Winter 1999 20th Anniversary Edition. And is that Buff Bagwell maybe? I don't know. So my wife called eBay, and they said that they would like escalate the case or something like that. I don't really know what they were going to do with the situation, because I mean, I don't know what they plan on doing. Well, actually, it was Steve Austin. I need my glasses. It was Steve Austin, Hogan, Flair, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and the Legion of Doom. I believe that's who they are. Legion of Doom. Yeah. And they were going to reopen the case and escalate it and try to see what was going to go on with the situation. But the guy so far has gotten her $40 product, and he got both her $40 product and got her everything, and left her negative feedback. So how fair is that? Rusty Wallace #2 Chase Authentics white t-shirt, and this was a t-shirt that was sold. It's supposed to be on rack 1, but I typically have t-shirt totes for t-shirts. I fold them up, put them in bags, but we're gonna look because there are some t-shirts here. Who knew? I should know because I'm the one that put them here, but that doesn't mean that I know much of anything, because I am very forgetful about stuff. Is this 2? No, this is remember I said yesterday's video, for anyone that remembers, I said this is rack number 2 and that's rack number 1. It says it right there, 2, and then this one over here says 1. So let's see if we can find the Rusty Wallace. There's a Rusty Wallace, and there's a Betty Boop. Love Betty Boop, she's awesome. This is the shirt here. I'm pretty sure before I take it off the hanger, we are going to go look and make sure that it is the right shirt. So we've escalated the case with them. Megan has spent a lot of time. I've tried to tell her, darling, you can't spend a bunch of time on a $40 item. I know it sucks, but negative feedback means absolutely squat anymore. And the fact of the matter is that who cares? Who cares? Don't waste a bunch of time. And the amount of time that she spent trying to chase down that $40, she could have probably listed another $1,000 on eBay. But I'm not going to tell her she's wrong, because, well, she's my wife and I love her and I understand her frustration. We all go through it. That sold for $27.77, shipped out the door. That's a nice shirt. I really like that. I have a ton of shirts. I sell a lot of shirts. We're going to go upstairs. Apparently, we need a Sheldon Hausenchild. And that's in shirt tote too. So I'll show you what my shirts look like. I actually go to Walmart and I buy these little bags. And with the little bags, they're like little bread bags. I'll show you a box of them up here, because I've got a box of them that I keep up here, because this is where I list all my shirts. And I fold them up pretty nice, and then I put them in the bag, and then I tape it shut. And I do that so that they, one, kind of stay in some kind of order in the box, in the tote. This is them right here. These are the bags. They are Walmart twist tie bags, and that's the size of them. You fold your shirt up, slide it in there, tape it over, and that's what it's. Great value gallon twist tie bags, and those work really good for protecting your shirts. Those are some shirts that I gotta like tie up. I've already got them listed, but over here we live in an area where there's a lot of, used to be and is currently, a lot of dirt track tracks. So we sell we can find a ton. In fact, a lot of these, like that's a dirt track racing. We find a lot of this stuff. This is actually a $200 shirt. I've got it listed for $200. This is a Screen Star shirt. So if you are looking for vintage t-shirts, that's definitely a good one to look out for. Anything with the Screen Stars logo on it, they tend to sell pretty good. And I'm gonna shut this off because I'm gonna have to dig through this, and it might be easier with two hands. And oh wait, no, we're not going. We're gonna be able to. Oh, look at that! Look how cool that is. Nice bag, all taped up, looks good. So I don't know if there's going to be any conclusion to that situation in this video, because she opened up the case today. Oh, I'm going to show you guys. This is the original is back. It says Star Wars The Revenge of the Jedi. It says Revenge of the Jedi down there in the lower part of the poster. I paid way too much for that. I paid 25 bucks for it at a yard sale, but I had never seen one before. And the guy kind of got me with like, oh, it's a rare poster because it's supposed to be Return of the Jedi and blah, blah, blah. It's worth 2,000 bucks. I'm like, whenever anyone ever tells you it's 2,000 bucks and they're willing to sell it to you for 25 bucks, you can do the math on that one and understand that they're probably not telling you the truth. But I'm a pretty big sucker for Star Wars stuff. So I bought it, and yeah, I'm pretty happy. I don't know if she has anything on her account. I don't even know where she keeps all of her stuff. But if she does, we'll wait for her to show up. And she has 2 items. She sold 2 items. That hussy, she sold 2 items, one for 38 and one for 24. Let's see if we can find them. I'll be right back as soon as I can try to locate her items for her, because she's a little hot and I want to help her out because she's my mama. She's my sweet lady. She's my sweet thing. I want to make sure she's doing okay. So I'm going to try to get her items pulled and maybe get some of this stuff packaged before she gets here so she can go. Okay, so this is one of the items that she sold. She actually sold 2 of these lotions. Not too bad. She sold them for 25 bucks. And there is a second, it's some kind of powder that goes in a little round thing. I can't find it. She's going to have to find that one. I've did as much as I could do for her. But it sold for 38 bucks, $44.95 shipped. That's absolutely insane. We'll wait for her to get here and see if she has any updates on the scammer felon guy that is on. I feel like a Jeebus video here. Scammed by a felon who made meth. Maybe that would be a good title for the video. We'll see. We'll see what the title of the video actually is. Okay, folks, it is day number 2 in the basement. It's been a long time since I came down here and pulled these orders, but for you guys, it just seems like a second or two. But we do have the illustrious, beautiful Mrs. Francine with us today, and she did get some kind of resolution with her story about the guy that scammed her, the felon, the 6-count felon drug guy from Kentucky that is on probation, or not probation, parole. He's actually on parole. But we have 3 items to pull from Mercari before we get too much further into this story, and I'm gonna go pull one of them now, wherever it's at. Let's see if I can find it. Where is that at, Francine? Here it is, right here. I found them. We have the final Jim Edmonds bobblehead that actually sold on Mercari, and I'm telling you guys that we have been doing a lot of sales on Mercari. If you're not cross-listing over there, it's definitely worth putting stuff over there, because we're doing pretty good with it. I think yesterday I sold 2 items for 45 bucks a piece, and today I sold the Jim Edmonds bobblehead for 35 bucks a piece. And we need to pull those cars, but I'm not sure where they're at, so I'm going to try to find them, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is one of the items that we had sold. It is a 1927 Coca-Cola delivery truck, and Francine has already pulled the other one that we had up here. I had them in 2 different locations, and these are like the Franklin Mint trucks. They're really cool. And they sold for how much? What, 45 bucks a piece?
Yeah, 45 each.
45 a piece plus shipping. I think they paid like $13 and something crazy over there for like shipping a piece on them. So they will have to be shipped separately, because you can't combine your orders over on Mercari, but that's fine. We will definitely get them out to the customer. And so that was these are the 3 Mercari items here. Mercari, I would definitely say that, I'm going to say that like the collectible stuff does really well over there. Of course, I say that, and that's all I have listed over there is collectible stuff, but it's what I find seems to do the best over on their website. I'm actually going to be cross-listing some clothing over there. I have a bunch of t-shirts. I have hundreds of t-shirts, as you've seen in my previous videos. We sell a ton of t-shirts, so I'm going to be cross-listing some of that stuff over there to see if it can be sold. Okay, the next item that we sold is over here. It's okay. Is that do we have any more?
Yeah, there's a whole other box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 of these here. I think we sold 5 of them total. And we have a secret place that we go and we find all kinds of cosmetics that are like surplus. I guess we'll call them surplus. There we go. And we sold those 5 cosmetics for how much?
$49.75.
So we sold them right at 50 bucks plus shipping. Not too bad, not too bad. The next item that we sold here is the Betty Boop tank top. You want to take that off? And it's cute. I like Betty Boop. But how much did it sell for?
$5.97 plus shipping.
Yeah, it's only sold for $5.97 plus shipping. But you know, Betty Boop stuff is kind of hot. But like some of her stuff is worth a lot more than others. It's really weird how that works. But I picked that up at a private buy. A friend of mine, his mother had passed away. She had terminal cancer. And after she passed away, he was trying to clear out her house. So I went over and I bought a bunch of her Betty Boop stuff. I actually have her Betty Boop jacket. And I really like it. But I think it needs to get listed on eBay here pretty soon. So it can find a new home as well. So if you like Betty Boop, check out my eBay listings. The store link is in the description below. There might be something that you like. Okay guys, the next item that we sold here is a lot of Star Wars CCG Premier booster cards. I sold the whole box here for $100. I know absolutely nothing about them. They're just tons of cards from a card game that was the Premier. And I bought them at auction. I think I paid like $35 for a whole table full of stuff, and they were on there. So I made pretty good money on them for $100. The next item that we sold, we have a lot of some software over here, and this old software always sells for me. I'm kind of glad. I might need your help over here, Francine. I sold here, you take those, this old IBM software. It's all just books. It was some kind of software set. I bought this at an auction, and how much did it sell for?
$29.71 plus shipping.
$29.71 plus shipping. So I guess we need to talk a little bit about Megan's situation. Why don't you tell us what happened? They know everything that happened all the way up to where you filed the case with eBay. What did eBay do in the appeal?
Okay, well, what I did was I submitted. So you told them what it was closed for?
Yeah.
Because it was supposedly hazardous.
It was hazardous. Yeah, the guy submitted paperwork that said it was hazardous.
And it couldn't be. It was too dangerous to ship back, basically.
Right.
But it was an all-natural product with no artificial ingredients. So
right.
I went to the manufacturer's website and got screenshots of that showed that the products were all natural. I got 2 different things of that. I got a picture of the back of the box that showed the ingredients. I typed up a thing on Word and then I screenshotted it so I could put that in there explaining everything better, because you're only allowed, I think it was 1,000 characters in the thing you could write out. And then I put some screenshots of his
So you did a really good job of documenting.
Yeah, I did. I put a lot of stuff in there. 6 things total.
Okay, so then what did eBay do? What was the resolution to it?
Actually, I mean, they had originally, I thought it would be like up to 48 hours. With it being a weekend, I figured it'd be like Monday, Tuesday at the very earliest. Well, I woke up this morning and it was already decided in my favor.
That's awesome. So they actually decided in her favor. And if you want to go grab them CDs, I'll talk a little bit more about this, because those are going to be, we always struggle with finding CDs. They are, they're, I don't know how. There's a guy out of St. Louis that sells nothing but CDs. I don't know how he finds everything. But so the guy, I guess, I don't know, he probably gets to keep his money. We probably get to keep our money. and they probably are just going to eat it because, you know, the guy's a criminal, he's a crook, which absolutely sucks. But at least at the end of the day, if you are willing to do the homework, if you're willing to do the work, the best part is that they did remove the negative feedback, and that's the most important thing. It really isn't about the money sometimes. It ain't about the work of putting it in. It was only 40 bucks, so, you know, you can, she probably has 4 hours in resolving the whole situation, and in 4 hours you could probably list hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise on eBay. But it's that negative feedback that's going to follow you for a whole stinking year and possibly cost you sales on your account, and just makes you kind of look like a, no matter what, a negative feedback it has a negative connotation. If you don't have that 100% or at least that 99.9%, it can, you know, maybe I'm making too much out of it. But at least it came to a resolution, and eBay actually worked with us, and that's pretty awesome. So that's the resolution. The guy, I guess, gets to keep his money, we get to keep our money, and we got the negative feedback removed from Francine's account. So if you want to buy something from Francine to help her support her Mustang fund, go on over to that account. It's linked below, and check it out, and maybe she'll give you a shout out in the next video if you buy something from her. As I said, trying to find CDs is it's a pain in the patukas, and she's still looking for those CDs here, looking for the right CDs, but it's dwindled down. We've sold quite a bit of CDs, but we actually sold this. This is heavy. I'm gonna have to try to grab it with one hand. We sold this, it's a Revo 30, and we sold it, and it's going overseas, which is really cool. Let me set this thing down before that thing weighs some weight. But it's a Revo 30. I bought it at a yard sale. I want to say I paid 30 bucks for it, and I have no way of testing it out. All of them on eBay were actually listed for somewhere in the neighborhood of like 400 bucks. That was fully tested and everything, and I'm like, I'm into this new phase, as all of the Taylor Swift fans like to call it. This is my era of moving. My wife's laughing at me. This is my era of, she's not laughing, she's just smirking, and she's judging me because I'm a Taylor Swift fan. And I said, this is my era of just like, man, just like getting rid of stuff. Like, we're wanting to go from 2,700, 2,800 items on eBay. I want to get it down to around 1,000 or something. I've got a whole theory about that I might talk about in a different video. But right now, Francine's standing here with some CDs, and those are the Porkers. The
Porkers, yes. The
Porkers CDs. And how much did they sell for?
Actually sold for $21.95 plus shipping.
For the Porkers. And weird CDs make money, I guess. You know, that's the weird stuff. You ain't gonna go out and find a Steely Dan CD that's worth anything, but you can find a Porkers CD that sells for 21 bucks, and that's it. If you want to go grab that hat and that shirt, I don't know what happened there. My GoPro decided to cut out on me, but we're going to finish this video up as soon as possible. But I took an offer on this thing. I only listed it for 150 bucks because I was unable to test it, and I figured that I could give someone a really good deal because they were listed for 400 bucks a piece, but none of them had ever sold on eBay that I could find. So I listed mine for 150. Somebody used a coupon on it, and it sold for 126 bucks, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. It's gone out the door, and it's actually going overseas, so we'll never see it again. It's going to go out of the United States, and that's pretty cool. Francine here has a shirt. I bought a bunch of them at one of our local thrift stores. I love buying stuff in bulk like that, especially new with tags. And it sold for how much?
It's like $14.41 plus shipping.
$14.41 plus shipping, and then the hat.
Terminix hat. We've had a bunch of these.
Yeah, we've had those forever. Yeah. I bought those in bulk too, and they're finally selling. But it sold for how much?
Only $4.23 plus shipping.
Yes, we are running a 50% off in all of our hats on eBay right now. And we're running some really good sales and stuff on our store. So we're trying to get rid of some stuff. We're thinking about maybe selling the building and moving everything back to the house, building a shop there so that we can work from home and cut down on our bills. I think we pay about $1,000 bucks a month to have the store here. and between the utilities and the insurances and everything, it's quite expensive. So we're hoping to move home, maybe kicking around the idea, depends on if the guy's still interested in buying the building, and maybe moving home and doing something a little bit different from the house. This is a lot of National Geographic DVD CDs, and they sold for how much?
$59.95 plus shipping.
59 bucks. It took a while to sell them, but they sold. And then we have the Fraggle Rock, where it all began, on VHS, and it sold for how much?
$3.95 plus shipping.
$3.95 plus shipping. Okay, and Francine wanted to do a little show and tell herself, so we're going to look at the items that she sold. She's got a bunch of balls.
Yeah, spike ball.
She's got balls bigger than RuPaul's, as Eminem says.
Oh my gosh.
And how much did they sell for?
That's a lot of 6 for $14.50.
She's got 6 balls that sold for $14.50. It was $25 shipped. I walked all over you. And you've got some
Cody Wild Musk.
Ooh, you got the Wild Musk.
2 of them for $18 plus shipping.
18, what'd you say?
18 plus shipping.
Nice.
I have a used Ariat hat.
That is sparkly.
Yep.
That's a
sold
sparkle.
for, I took best offer of $8 plus shipping. I paid 50 cents for my hats.
Nice.
And this is a new Southwest Airlines. I just listed it yesterday. I had 2 people wanting it, and the first person that accepted the offer got it, but sold for 20. I had it listed for 22.
And you
sold it for 20.
20.
$27.90
out the door. So if you guys want to buy anything from Francine, you can just click on her eBay store down below. It's like Francine's Finds or something like that. And you can go over there and buy something from her, and you'll make her happy, because she's got this 2020 Ford Mustang GT Premium that's really expensive, and she needs to make them car payments. So we appreciate you guys for buying our junk.